the incel community. And if you consider yourself an incel, what the are you doing? You shouldn't be mad at the Chads. You shouldn't be mad at the Stacys. You shouldn't be mad at society.
You shouldn't just be living your life mad all the time. It's always like, no one wants to be friends with me. No girls ever want to be with me. If I ever get a girl, they never want to stay with me. It's like, think about what you need to...
Maybe it's you. So hot.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Real Sensitive Guy Hours. This is episode 103. And as always, we are here with the host with the most. To start off, to my right, it's Travis.
The first time in 103 episodes you've said the one on the countdown.
Facts.
Below
you said the one.
Is below me. Oliver.
What's up?
To the bottom right, it is William.
Muchas gracias, muy bien.
And the man playing puppeteer in the background, Austin.
I don't really like how you're doing this intro.
All right.
I don't like the way that you're. I don't like the way that you are.
Austin,
he paused his game at least.
Please God, because there's so much. It sounds like you're going through a wind tunnel as we speak, and I'm sure all the car listeners are lit as fuck.
Wait, we forgot to introduce.
Yeah, whatever game you're playing, it's really overclocking your computer or something.
And the man who's acting like
that's my
Herman.
AC. Hold on, let me check.
Brandon Payne.
And as always,
that is way better.
Least, the host
Pee Wee
with
Herman
the most,
stunt double,
Spin Shoe and Press, and/or Brandon, aka Small Dick, looking like a fall guy,
aka Pee Wee Herman stunt double.
Favorite neighborhood white guy.
I have no idea
AKA
what to even fucking talk about this week. To be honest,
bro,
like,
I mean,
not much.
Bro, I got a couple things that we
not much.
probably spark a couple conversations
it's been a sad
on.
week, bro. There's been a lot of shootings recently.
I feel like people come to the Real Sensitive Guy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to talk about that shit. Like, I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but I don't want to talk about that.
I do have something like sensitive, but it's not like that. Like very, very, very sad on.
I want to kind of talk about, and I kind of have a little bit of a rant, and it's kind of pissing me off about these whole shooting things.
Go for it, brother.
A lot of the time, there is these ample amount of shooters who are coming from the incel community. And if you consider yourself an incel, what the fuck are you doing? We're fucking retarded here. Myself, Oliver, William, Travis, Austin, we're all idiots. At one point,
retard, brother.
We're all nerds. We appreciate things that nobody else really appreciates. The fact that I know what the different types of lightsaber style dueling is, and I can still get girls. Fucking own your shit and don't go and fucking shoot people. You fucking retard.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
and then even when they do something insane like that, they do it in the most like stupid fucking way. Like, why go shoot innocent people? If you're like mad at the government and the New World Order and all of this shit.
Where are you going with this?
Okay.
I'm just saying, why do you go shoot a bunch of innocent people?
No.
I mean, that's
like, brother, it's okay.
They don't have anything to do with anything you're mad about.
It's okay.
Is all I'm saying.
It's okay to have hobbies and obsessions
like
about this shit. It's okay to like be like obsessed with like this kind of stuff. Like, I'm obsessed with like hockey. Like, I love hockey shit. Like, Brandon loves video games. Like, Oliver loves fucking soccer and shit like that.
We're all autistic for something. The idea is you shouldn't be mad at the Chads. You shouldn't be mad at the Stacys. You shouldn't be mad at society.
You shouldn't just be living your life mad all the time. It's not good for you.
Look into yourself and make the change to be better. Be interesting. Don't be a fucking weirdo. Because obviously people are turned off by you for some goddamn reason. So don't be a fucking weirdo. Actually, I'm not saying conform to society. Because to be honest, most of these Chads aren't conforming to society.
No, there's definitely a lot of area between completely conforming, which I don't think any of us do either. And like, I don't know. That you ever hear that saying that's like, if everybody hates you, they're not haters, they're right. Like if everyone thinks you're creepy, you might want to just be introspective and see that you're creepy.
You're
Right.
you're the independent variable. You're the only person.
You're the common denominator.
I would say least, but like yes,
Least common denominator.
you are the person that people hate for a fucking reason. Whether that's because you're cringe, whether that's you don't have any social awareness, whether that you just have these weird fucking ideas to where you want to shoot up a school. Either way, get your fucking shit together.
It's always like
Please.
no one wants to be friends with me. No girls ever want to be with me. If I ever get a girl, they never want to stay with me. It's like think about what you need to.
Maybe it's you.
You need
brother.
to like
Yeah, I
fix
mean,
within
like,
yourself.
I mean, those people could have mental disabilities too, so they're going
Well,
through a
yeah,
lot more than
obviously
the
that
average
that
Joe.
comes into play.
Of course, that's all.
So like, get help. Get help.
Please, brother, talk to somebody.
And
Stop
if your
it.
therapist is dog shit and you hate your therapist, find one that relates to you. Not
Please,
all
get a
therapists are
better
the
one.
same person.
Yeah, you can't go to one and then give up on the whole entire process of therapy.
Therapy,
yeah.
it's like choosing a best friend, dog. Like maybe this one person is cringe in your mind, and then you find another person, you're gonna love them. Find somebody else. The idea is get your fucking life together. People will notice, and if as long as you radiate positivity, you radiate having a good time, people will want to be around you, and you'll find a Stacy that loves you. You'll have Chad best friends. And you'll live a good life. That's the idea behind it. So all of you fucking incel pieces of garbage, to be honest, get your fucking life together. This is not a good sales pitch. But either way, you either do this or you go and shoot up a school and a bunch of news people will talk about you and a bunch of 4chan forums will talk about you, and then you're dead. And that's it. Your life will be nothing. You'll be in oblivion for forever. And the only thing that people will know you as is as a piece of fucking garbage. You will not be a martyr. You will not be a hero. You are a piece of shit forever. So go make something of your life and actually be a contributing member to society, number one. And number two, go get yourself a hot ass girlfriend and all your life will be okay. You degenerate fuck.
So the
God.
RSGH message to school shooters is be better or you die.
Get a life, kid.
Yeah.
That's our message.
That's the whole message. No,
Or
just
rot in a fucking
just
jail
try,
cell.
dude. Just
Yeah,
try and be a
honestly,
fucking
your
better
choice.
Like this
Like,
idea of like
work.
society is bullshit and that all these girls don't like certain guys because all the Giga Chads are stealing all the girls. It's such a lazy mentality. It's lazy as fuck. All you want to do is sit around and pretend that your life is a storybook and you're going to find this beautiful woman. Okay, I'm still recording. That you'll find this beautiful woman that gets all of your problems is this fantasy. Get your fucking shit together and be worthwhile.
Please.
Be someone that a woman wants to be with.
That's
End
such
card.
it's
Words
simplifying
from
such a
Brandon James.
complex problem. Because all these people, like these school shooters, first off, none of them are like normal. Like, yeah, they're probably
I'd say,
incels in
yeah.
their daily lives, but I don't think they're normal incels. Like your normie incel doesn't go shoot up a school.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
like-
it's definitely partly mental health.
Your normal,
Sure.
Right? There has to be
incel
something
is
wrong.
like,
And there's like so much
Lip
undiagnosed
from our
shit
fraternity.
in the world too. Like in people.
It's gotta be. It's like person to person too, because I don't think any like two shooters. Well, maybe two or a few might do it for the same reasons, but I don't think it's.
No,
Well,
there's a
like-
commonality. So based off of all the recent shootings, and I don't know anything about this recent Texas one. I've been kind of like staying off in the news because
I can,
This shit
I can
fucks-
loop in on that if we need to. If
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
fact check.
let me just make the point really quick. So the Buffalo shooting,
Yep.
the one kid that just ran over a bunch of people and was gunning people down, killed his roommates in college, that all of these fucking incels love to use as their Lord and Savior. I can pull up a picture of him if need be, but there's been other shootings where the main message of the whole thing is we are trying to fight back against society, the Chads, and the Stacys. Nobody loves me, and that's everybody else's problem. It's your fucking problem. That's the idea. You need to put in the work. If you have a mental disability, you need to go and seek out the correct level of help. if you want things to be better, there's work that's being put into it.
Society has tools for that.
But to be fair, what if you're not aware that you need help? You know, you live your truth or your reality.
Absolutely. That's a common thing among a lot of them. I think is this absolute like state of delusion.
They're so far gone in a sense, and they're I don't know if I would per se, or I guess say I know from experience, but like I've definitely been in that place where like I've been so far gone in my own delusion of like being like down that like you don't think that there is like a person that can help you. You don't think that like, oh yeah, like I can definitely go talk to a therapist with my issues. Like anyone can understand me. You hit that rock bottom point, and what you got to do is you got to fight to get out of it and understand that there are people that want to help you. And
I feel like their delusion is more like there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with everyone else, and I'm the special one who like knows what's up or something.
You're the fucking problem.
That's what ends up happening more times than not. When you're in that rock bottom and you can't dig yourself out and realize like, oh, like there is help. When you're stuck there, that's what happens to the delusion. You end up becoming.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you end up becoming like what Travis said. Like you start thinking like, yeah, it's not anybody else, or it's not
just
me.
The logical
it's everybody
thought
else.
process, right? Like if you're the only consistent variable that is the problem, then, bro, leave emotions out of it.
Well, that's your problem right there. Is you're bringing logic to people who
don't use it,
don't understand
don't have it, or they don't have like the wherewithal because. Maybe it's their upbringing. Maybe it's their ability. I'm not gonna sit here
and fucking defend school shooters. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not gonna happen.
We're not gonna play devil's advocate over here with school shooters.
I'm all about like defending mental illness and kind of like trying to put myself in their brains too.
I don't think it's defending them. I just think it's not a simple problem, and so we can't talk about it as if it's simple.
Yeah.
It kind of
like they would, if they saw you saying this right in front of them, they would laugh in your face. Everything you just said.
Fair enough. But at the same time, you know, I think there could be a couple of people out there that may or may not watch the show that might be in a dark place. Not to that extent, but like if you're kind of in that group where you're kind of the outcast and not a lot of people fuck with you.
Yes. Oh my God. The people that are on that slippery slope, please don't go down it.
Look down into yourself and be like, am I the problem? And if genuinely yes, think about it. Let's sit down and like take
really like a rational adult.
Take a second, think about it. If I'm the problem, okay. So I'm the problem. What are the next steps? Do I need mental health help? How do I make that happen? Do I need to become more socially aware? What kind of books can I read? What kind of people can I look up to for advice? Et cetera, et cetera. It's all about.
Do I need to stop drinking? Stop doing drugs?
Yeah.
Definitely would help.
Yeah, it's true.
I will never stop drinking.
Unless your liver says you can't.
Yeah. If it gets to that point, you know, I'd rather live than die, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
Okay. So I agree that it's not that simple of an issue, and I don't want to oversimplify mental illness, but I think if anybody has a second, like a moment of clarity, all it takes is that, you know, elimination. Okay, like what is going on here? Why do I feel this way? What can I do to make it better? How can I make it better? Will time fix this, or is it genuinely me? Okay. It's a little bit of both. If it's me, cool. If it's high school and everybody's awkward during high school, cool. Do I make a lot of money? Do I go off and just be better off at being a socialite? Like, I think one of the greatest things that Travis and I ever did was day one of college be like, hey, our goal is to be the most social versions of ourselves every single fucking day. And that's what we did. And we created this life for ourselves. And we've picked up people along the way that allowed us to further our social status, blah, blah, blah. Not even trying to think of it like a fucking sociopath, but like, you know, we picked up people along the way that we can call our best friends for forever. And there's been times where I've been super low, and then people like Austin and Will, Travis, and Oliver that have picked me up because I had those connections. But step one is getting those connections and making that mental decision to make a change for the better.
Everybody went through a time in school where it was just like really fucking hard, man. I feel like we all had that point, that like semester, that hell semester where you were just like, bro, I'm not mentally there right now.
Yeah.
Not where I need to be. I'm just so fucking stressed all the time. That was my fucking capstone semester.
And
or maybe a couple semesters before that where I had that really hard engineering class. One of the two. There's just always a time where it's like, wow, I've never been more stressed in my entire life, just every single day.
It's rough. It really is rough going through it. But like you just have
and that time, even that time, when we're like a lot older, that was in college. Even that time, it's hard to see past it and see like, because it feels like your whole life when you're in college, and it's the same with high school too. For a lot of people, when you're in high school, like your entire life is high school, so it just feels like that's all that matters. But it doesn't. I promise. Like
that's kind
it doesn't even when you get to college, high school doesn't even matter. Like the moment you're out of there, it does not matter, man.
I gotta tell you, middle school and high school is this like weird anomaly in your life. Because whenever you're an adult, you kind of have this perspective, and even in college, you have this perspective that like, time is moving faster and faster and faster, and you kind of realize that these like moments don't matter. But when you're in middle and high school, time goes by so slow, and every little thing matters.
Until the end, though, and then you're like, holy shit, that was 4 years. That was 4 years of high school. It's the same with college. You're like, what the fuck? That was 4 years?
Yeah, facts.
Like, there's no way. It's just so fast.
Bro, and it's the same thing now. Like, you got to realize that you got to appreciate the slower moments. You have to appreciate the slower moments, like, in time. Because, like, right now, there's
the now, man.
Right now, man, like, there's these times, man, where I'm sitting there, but, like, weeks are just, like, blurring by.
I feel like this is the time where that's the worst. Ever since I graduated, because every week is the same, right?
It kind of feels like that, and it kind of blurs together.
William props really quickly, because when he came down a few weekends ago, and we were just partying at this one club, and the idea of the club is like different floors require different music based on the decade. So it's like 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. And Will came off kind of pissed. He came off kind of pissed. You had to park at Kohl's. And that was a problem.
I hate parking at the Kohl's. I don't know why. I just hate parking at the Kohl's. I always get this stigma.
You knew you would have to.
It's an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience.
Car got towed.
But there were moments where I kind of saw you kind of get stuck in your own head during the pregame, and then even while we were at the club, and then you made the conscious decision, like, no, I'm gonna be present to the moment, and I'm gonna have a good fucking time. Like, I saw that in your fucking eye. I don't know why, but like, I was like, dude, he's making that decision. Let's fucking go. We're gonna fucking rage right now.
No use to waste time being upset about something that already happened.
No, definitely, and that's definitely something that, like, I would say, like, has been like more common in my day-to-day life. Like, I catch myself like drifting off, and like everybody has them, but it happens to me a lot more. I don't know.
Sometimes you just want to just sit there and get in your feelings. Sometimes you're like, I deserve to. I feel like I need to, so I'm just going to do it for just a few minutes at least.
You also create like these scenarios in your head. Like, you create the daydream scenarios. You put like yourself in the weird scenarios, like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, what would happen if I tried to save a school from like a school shooting or something like that?
While you're sitting there at your desk. Like, if there's a school shooting right now, what do I do?
Like, there's a school like 5 blocks away from me. How would I get alerted? How would I know? How would I get there? Like, this is what I would do. Like, you put yourself in those scenarios, but you have to be able to like consciously put yourself together and notice that, like, okay, is this the right time for it? Is this the right time to be daydreaming, having this relaxing moment, like at like the club and stuff like that? Like, I was having like those internal
crying
battles.
in the club.
Yeah, crying in the club, literally.
Mhm.
And you're
Crying
having
in the
those like those
club.
internal debates where you're like, okay, fuck it, I gotta snap out of this. It's time to fucking get after it. So yeah, like I've been doing that a
Pitter
little bit
patter.
more. Pitter patter.
Being
Definitely.
present in the moment is so important, especially when you're hanging around people. Like if you're just stuck in your head, like you're just gonna turn
It
yourself
sucks.
into a mess.
It sucks.
Yeah.
That's why we always have so much fun, because we're not that group that's like sitting there on their phones all the time.
No,
we're not taking hella pics and being like, oh my god, let's take a video.
There's
I don't
that
know. I
moment for the pics, but also like I agree with you for
Right,
sure.
yeah.
I think Brandon's
yeah.
on Snapchat, not really taking pics. He's like making stories for like Snapchat more than not.
I gotta let everybody know that the God Squad is together. Like you already know. You already
That's just real sensitive guy hours advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just networking, okay?
All right, yeah.
I have a bit of a story for you guys, and this is my nerdiest
Ooh,
moment
juicy.
I
it's not
have
juicy?
ever experienced in my life.
Is it juicy?
Kind of. So
All right.
Morgan,
What does that even mean?
aka Snarkin, consistently wants me to hop on VR chat. Our whole deal is this is nothing new. We go on to VR chat and we troll the fuck out of people. Not only that, like we try to have a good time with people that are really cool, and those that like kind of come into our circle genuinely have a good time. But the cringe babies, they get fucked.
Yeah.
with.
See,
Like,
if you're an asshole first, you sign the contract, which means we can like basically make you log out of the server that we piss you off so badly. But if you have to break the seal and do something to us first.
Anything to you.
I mean, that's how it was in Gary's mod too. Like we would try to mind our own business, but if someone tried to fuck around with what we were trying to do, no.
it's over for you.
Ain't
It's
gonna
over
happen.
for you.
Ain't
You are
gonna
now labeled as a racist to the whole server, and that is our
Now
doing.
on the shit list.
This guy literally just said the N-word. This guy, I just heard him.
I'm calling the admins. I'm calling the admins right now. I have proof.
And when you have your like 4
I'm
friends that
scared,
can
I'm
vouch that
calling
they
your
also
mommy
said the
right
N-word,
now.
it's over.
Yes.
You think I don't have her number? I'm calling your mommy.
I'm
right
calling
now.
her right now. Okay.
Whoa.
She's gonna spank you.
She
I'm
was
sorry.
over here last night. We had a lot of quinoa. She's a great woman. I'm calling your mommy.
So we hopped on VR chat and we started off kind of pre-gaming. We were drinking a little bit.
I know what story you're gonna get into.
We were in like our own little room where there was music, and then we were both. All right, so VR chat, you can have your own little avatar, and every single time we typically choose Conan O'Brien as our avatar because that's fucking hilarious to us. We're just sitting there as Conan O'Brien dancing in front of a mirror, kind of getting it to Pop Star by Drake and Justin Bieber. So there's a couple of different worlds that we go through, and we're kind of fucking with people. At one point, a penguin with a video camera was videotaping me interview this anime bitch who was a girl in real life, and I was just kind of interviewing her what was going on.
So she said.
Yeah. And then we go to this place called Club Orion. And we pull up there and we're like, okay, we're here to like have a good time, kind of socialize with people, but also troll the cunts that are weird. And we go into the club, and then if you picture this club as up top, there's kind of seating, and there's like different walkways to get to each side of it. And then on the first floor, there's a big dance floor and a big DJ booth, which was accessible to us. And we're like, how do we get in there? I want to play music. I want to be a DJ. We go up to the second floor. There's a guy playing music from his microphone, but he is sauced out of his mind. And his character was drinking something, which meant that in VR, or in real life, he was drinking something, and that was being reflected in VR. And he was sauced out of his mind. He's like, yeah, I'm great right now. Let's fucking go. We're partying. He was making these puke sounds. We were like, what the fuck?
Morty.
So we used our powers to be like, hey, we all actually want to like listen to good music. We all want to have a good time. Let's make this happen. So this girl sets up a new Orion server, the same scene that happens. We go to this new server, about 15 people join us. And Morgan and I, aka Snarkin, were characters of a skeleton. So our avatars were skeletons. We were both literally like, if you picture a skeleton with like no eyes, blah, 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 like just bones, that's what we were. And we were both a DJ. So we were playing Super Bass. We were playing Mr. Brightside. We were playing like all of the classics. And people were getting down and more people were joining the server. And this girl was like, you guys are crushing it right now. More and more people are talking about this. This is great. Like I'm seeing on the Discord that like this server is being talked about in the official Orion Discord. This is amazing. I have a buddy.
The official Club Orion Discord.
I have a buddy that is a DJ on Twitch. He's going to come over. You guys play a few more songs and then you guys go through with it. You guys get off the stage and shit. I'm like, all right, cool. So we end it with No Hands by Waka Flocka. You already know.
Of course.
And this DJ comes on and he's crushing it. So we're just kind of wandering around. And eventually we kind of take over this whole server with skeleton characters. Everybody's dancing. Like you'll see a few like furry ass people. You'll see a few anime biddies, but it's mostly skeletons in there. We're on the top above the DJ booth dancing. It was the greatest of time. I had as much fun as if I went to a fraternity party. I'm going to be honest with you.
Damn.
But
I mean,
he'll say it.
Did you get a chance to talk to the Twitch guy? Did he like give you guys any feedback on like your guys' set?
God, I would love to be a Twitch VR chat DJ.
Yeah.
Just play music sitting in front of my computer all day. That's just what I do anyway.
So
you're literally just dancing in your room for 8 hours and you're getting paid for it.
Dude, we were dancing like crazy. I was genuinely tired afterwards. It all came to an end though when I finally took off that VR set. And number one, I was drunker than I thought it was. It kind of reminded me of that moment whenever you kind of go to the bathroom after a party.
You stand up from the couch.
And you're like,
during a party.
You're like, oh my God, I'm fucking sauced out of my mind. What the fuck?
You're like looking at yourself in the mirror like, wow, you're drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, you just like look up from the freaking like washing your face and you're just like
I go just literally death stare myself in the mirror.
And number two, like, Oliver, your camera turned off. Number two, like, that was the nerdiest experience I think I've ever had. I was literally in virtual reality, dancing and interacting with people like I was at a party. And I was in a video game.
It's insane.
It was wild. It was one of the craziest but most fun experiences I've ever had playing video games, to be honest with you.
Imagine going back in time to like the 1700s and putting a VR headset on one of their heads.
Bro.
Oh my God.
I think they might have a brain aneurysm.
Can you imagine putting a VR headset on a caveman and being like, just enjoy?
He'd probably smash it.
Me, caveman, me smash.
My VR headset's like 3 years old. Even when I first put on that VR headset, I was blown away, man.
Just like the world we live in that we get to experience like probably the beginning and all of the like iterations of VR where it becomes like better and better and more immersive.
Not only that, technology. We're one of the only like generations, I guess is the best word, to experience like the beginning of the technology takeover. You know, there was the big internet bubble. We weren't necessarily like cognizant of what was going on, but like cell phones became a thing. We were literally texting like one of those deals, like with the flip phones. And then the iTouch came out. The iPhone came out. The fucking
iPod touches, yeah.
The rumor
That's what started it all, man.
The HTCs, and then like the Galaxy S3s.
The BlackBerry, bro.
It went nuts.
Once Apple came in, it really changed the game for technology, and then everything started booming in the sense that like everything wanted to play this game of one up, and just everything just started getting better and better with each coming year.
And
That's
we've
what
seen the
still is
coolest parts of the
now.
beginnings of everything. Like,
100%.
we saw the internet back when it was like MySpace and AOL chat rooms and shit. Like,
when it was literally
when the internet was
game
awesome.
log.
The
Are you
beginning of
kidding me?
Facebook, when everybody was obsessed with Farmville. Like, we saw all that shit,
Bro.
man.
Farmville craze.
We're
Don't get me
all-
started on that.
I think
did play
other
a
than
little bit of
William, we're
that.
all Zoomers. Did you guys know that? We're all fucking
Like,
Zoomers.
fucking barely, right?
Barely, for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Zoomers,
Gen.
yeah.
I'm Gen X.
We can't really
Yeah, you're
relate with
millennial.
like millennials or Zooms.
Or no, I'm millennial. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you're in the millennial category.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
millennial.
We're like the literal first Gen Xers.
Yeah.
Gen Zs, yeah.
Whatever.
Gen trees.
Yeah, Gen Zs. We're like the first ones, right? We're either the first ones of those or the last millennials.
We're Gen trees. That's probably what it is. You know, getting high. Californication.
Definitely me.
Yeah, it's fucking wild how we've seen technology kind of boom into this crazy industry, and now it's become. I think one of the craziest things about technology was kind of the all of the parents hating technology at first, not
know
necessarily
how to use
understanding it, and then
Yeah.
it's become integral to every facet of their lives. Like Facebook used to be
mean-
a safe haven for us young kids, and
Now
then-
it's literally a safe haven for boomers.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Well, and also like today's society too. If you don't really know how to use technology, you can't really, you know, get a job.
No.
It's
To a certain-
fucking
to a
hard to
certain
function.
degree- to a certain degree. I mean, there's still some old time jobs out there that you don't really have to, but
But like the only
Well-
people that have fully shrugged off technology at this point are like 80+ year olds.
no people that are
And like they
retired.
deserve it at that point. I mean, they don't have time. They literally don't have time to learn that shit.
Thinking about those beans. Yeah. Yeah, we really saw the whole transition of technology and social media kind of take over, and
And the shit we're probably gonna see in like the next 40 years of our lives.
I think, you know, AR and virtual reality is definitely gonna take over. I think that's why Facebook is going so hard into the meta shit. I know everybody hates Facebook, but I think it's kind of a smart play to hop
It's
into the
very
VR.
initiative.
Really
landscape.
interested to see how many people actually like use the metaverse regularly.
Well, like
I'm not going to
100%.
be one of them.
you think of video games like in the 1980s, right? Nobody really fucked with it except for a few people that were like very niche. Now,
Yeah,
it's-
honestly,
big
until
fucking like video game nerds.
until like 15 years ago,
No, I would say
nobody really
probably-
fucked with video games except for a small subset of people who were like gamers, right?
Bro,
And everybody
but,
had this like weird bad opinion of gamers for a long time.
They
But
had
now
such bad
everyone is a gamer of some sort,
Yeah,
right?
because,
Whether you're
like,
a mobile gamer or
but that's
console
the weird
gamer
thing, too,
or
is that there were such good games. Like I know, especially when I grew up, especially me growing up, being born in midway through the 90s. Once I hit 5 years old, so like around the year 2000, being able to go through that backlog of the games that came out in the 90s.
yeah,
which-
honestly, we're
and,
the
like, some of
perfect
the-
ages
some
for
of the
video
late
games to be truly
80s
great.
some of the late 80s weren't bad because like you have to admit that's when like Legend of Zelda came out. That's when in the 90s you have big hitters like Pokemon coming back out. Mario's getting
97 for
fu-
sure.
Mario's getting
Yes.
fucking huge now and
Well,
shit.
Mario
I
was
feel like-
80s.
Mario was 80s, but it
And those
started getting
games
really
suck
big
now.
'cause-
Yes, those games were ass. Truly great video games started at like Mario 64. When we went
That's
into
what
like the
I'm trying to say
3D
is coming
realm,
up.
when we
That's
went
what
into the
I'm saying
3D
is
realm,
that's when
that's where
Mario's
you get
got
all the
big.
like instant classic games, man.
And that's when
GoldenEye
that hit was
007,
right there,
fucking
the
Super Smash
90s,
Bros. Melee.
early 2000s.
What else?
Oh fuck. dude.
Splinter Cell. You talk about
Splinter
like
Cell, Metal Gear Solid,
Kingdom Hearts
bro.
came out 04.
Kingdom
like
Hearts, Final Fantasy,
Star
Final
Wars
Fantasy,
Battlefront.
Star Wars Battlefront. Like
oh
those-
my god, dude, you guys are just going off.
Dude,
like-
you have Jack and Daxter,
Jack and Daxter, bro.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Sly
Yeah.
Cooper.
That's the thing about technology, though, is your golden age of video games. This next generation never will play those games
Ever.
ever.
Never.
But like, what I'm
Unless
saying is that
Strong, I
us,
suppose.
unless
but
they,
like,
unless
if-
they have us as parents. That's
Yeah,
it.
if
That's
so,
the only
if
place
we-
we'll play them.
if we and the next generation played fucking Battlefront 2, I feel like the generation that's younger than us would still have fun playing Battlefront 2. If we and the younger generation played the original Legend of Zelda, I know I'd be fucking bored out of my mind. They would probably delete their character instantly because they were so bored.
I think
like the truly great games started in our era, is what I'm saying.
We're still at that ledge where we're not quite far enough to where that stuff is outdated. I think once VR and AR like really get their grip, imagine growing up on VR and someone gives you Battlefield. You'd be like, I have lived Battlefield.
It's just the fact that that's going to be the case one day. Like I can't even think about that. That blows my mind. That literally fucks my mind too much to even think about.
Like the mainstream would be like VR or something like that. I was trying to like, I still like constantly like, bro, what are you like back in 2018?
It's like you can't even fully transport your full body and all your movements into this video game. This is so fucking old, Dad. So
there's also like this idea that music is generational. So shout out to Atriox. He's a streamer on Twitch. I've been watching a lot of his Marketing Mondays. There's this idea that music is generational as well. So a lot of the music that we grew up on, this next generation after us is not going to even know a lot of the music. So like the next generation is going to be growing up on Old Town Road, is going to be growing up on like Halsey,
Jack Harlow,
Megan
Stallion.
Drake.
In just a few years, that weird kid that listens to old music is going to be listening to like Eminem, Black Eyed Peas, old Kanye.
Old
Kanye.
For sure. For sure.
Kanye.
Even like for now us growing up, like the classics are Mr. Brightside, like the early 2000s stuff, No Scrubs, fucking NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Like that's the shit that we grew up on.
People are gonna say like Weezer and Green Day and Blink-182 is like old shit very soon. I mean, people are already saying that.
My grandfather.
I mean, like the other day I was with my brother and I was playing Green Day and he's in his 30s and he's like, wow, I haven't heard this in forever. Like he just felt like that
hurts.
This is a good example, though, of like that technology boom, too, because when we were growing up, we got stunted. We had to listen to whatever our parents were listening to it on radio and the CDs.
Yeah, my mom listened to some fire, though. A lot of my music taste today is from my mom.
Start putting your own music on
now these kids have these iPhones and AirPods straight from like fucking kindergarten. They're listening to whatever they want to listen to.
Plus, there's stuff like TikTok that is like constantly throwing all these different songs at your face, and they become instant like global hits because of TikTok. Like it's fucking crazy.
Dude, that's why so many people are getting on Jack Harlow right now. Is that they're saying that he's catering to the TikTok jingle boom. Is that like he's creating music to blow up solely from TikTok views? Like
what's wrong with that?
Well, a lot of people are doing it and doing a really shitty job, but Jack Harlow's doing it so well because like it's even getting us, right? It's even looping us in, which we're like basically boomers at this point to these children.
Shut up.
Travis just wants to ride first class.
I prefer the original. I prefer the Fergie original.
No, get the fuck out of here. Fergie original was
I mean, I literally remember on my.
Are you kidding me? Do you remember Timbaland's verse in that?
I remember on my first phone, the app that I played was that one where you were a stick figure shooting at fucking parachutes, bro.
That's how far I remember having peanut butter jelly time GIF on as my background on my flip phone, bro. Like.
Free games today are like Fortnite and shit. The free games we used to play is like Fancy Pants Adventure.
Yes, dude.
Pocket God.
We used to be on miniclip.com, coolmathgames.com. Like, you don't know about this shit.
Bro, get out of here.
We did a full episode on this. I remember.
I know.
But like,
I know, but we can't stop fucking talking about it because it's what we grew up on.
I used to play Monkey Games, bro.
Monkey Games.
Yo, I just want to pop those balloons. Balloon TD defense, bro. Let's
Old
fucking go.
Remember, like, was it called like DuckTales or something, where you would like raise that duck to do different races and shit?
Oh my god, yes.
I never played
Monster Rancher. I would play that.
Fucking Age of War, dude.
That like, remember there was like that weird bootleg free edition of Minecraft you could get that would work on school computers.
What was the one? Dust or like sand? The one that like made you.
Yo, that was
Dust, bro.
That game
was so fun.
Where you could make different reactions and shit. Is that what you're talking about? That game went so hard.
I constantly would make like a bunker, and I'm like, all right. let's see what kind of elements that these people can live through. And I would create the most secure bunker ever. And I'm like, magma, that didn't work.
Acid.
Virus, always would murder them every time.
I just tried to make the biggest explosions possible. Like I always tried to make a nuke. So I would draw like a brick wall outline of the nuke, and then I would like pour a bunch of plutonium in there, and then I would pour a bunch of napalm in there, and just like.
Oh my gosh,
dude! I love putting the stick figures. Like making like what I like to do was I would make like obstacle courses, like with like different shit, and like have the stick figure like try to like run through it and try to reverse it like myself, traverse it myself.
Do you guys remember Line Rider, where you could draw the lines and then that like guy on the sled would go down it, and you could like make maps for him, and you had to try to get him through it without him crashing? That was so fire.
That was a fun game. I
want to ask really quickly. I know we're on a shtick right now. Travis, how you doing, dude?
Why?
There's no reason behind this. Like, just how you doing with life and everything? Like,
I'm great. I'm fantastic. I had the vid like last week, but
it's your first time getting the vid. How you feeling afterwards?
I dodged it. I had literally zero symptoms, bro. The entire time I felt nothing. I tested like mega positive, but felt nothing the entire time.
Yeah.
Weird.
What about everybody else?
So I think my blood might be the cure.
He is the golden child.
No,
in other words,
the vaccine to the COVID is literally take 4 Jeebs every day, and then you're good.
Yep, exactly. Every single day for the last 4 years, you're covered.
Yeah.
There's a coating of resin in your lungs that just protects them.
All right, so there's been a little bit of contention. I know the answer to this, but use your head, and I'll let the audience know what's going on. Have you popped the question yet? Is it happening?
COVID.
Is it happening soon?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. There was William thought that it already happened, at least like at the beach or Utah.
So I saw a post, and it was a weird post that like I might have like just gotten too jumbled up and misread way too into. But what it looked like and what it gave the implications of is that you had opted the question already at a beach, and it was like, he went to the beach a while ago. Is he really keeping it the secret for this fucking long?
Nah. You were misled.
I was very misled.
Don't worry.
Is it you have the place and all that stuff like planned out? Like everything you're gonna do?
You'll know.
Oh yeah.
We're all going to be involved in this plan. At least that's what Travis has told me. We're all going to be involved. It's going to be a thing. So
fair enough.
Just be prepared for when it happens.
Got it.
we just can't say anything right now, and Travis can't say anything because she's like Amazon. She's always listening, baby. Like, it's just happening. What else, Travis? What else is going on in your life? Like, how you doing, man? I feel like I don't talk to you enough.
I know. It's been crazy because I went on the 10-day vacation, and then I came back and got COVID. I wasn't really I wasn't feeling anything, but I was also taking care of Jess, so I wasn't online that much.
So she wasn't.
And also, I've been getting back into my fucking MMO game. She got pretty sick for a few days. I mean, not like she wasn't like absolutely dying or anything.
How's
like
she doing
I wasn't
afterwards?
Like worried. She's fine. She lost her taste and smell for a few days too. Luckily, like literally only for 3 days, probably not even 3 days. It came back really quick. Totally fine now. We're both totally fine. We're not testing positive anymore. Huh?
That's good.
Did her losing like taste like fuck up like what you guys like ate?
Kind of. I mean, we didn't cook our HelloFreshes because, didn't want to waste the good HelloFresh on her not being able to taste. So we didn't cook our HelloFresh for a few days. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That would suck.
Bro, I've thought about getting HelloFresh. It looks like a fun thing. Like, what kind of good meals have you gotten from it already?
Oh my God. Well, I've been doing it for like 3 years now, at least.
It's pretty easy.
It's awesome. It's actually awesome. I mean, it saves you money because you're not going out all the time. Plus, it gives you the perfect serving amount to cook with so that you never waste any food. Like, I like leftovers, but we rarely have any leftovers. There are only a few dishes that we get that we actually end up with leftovers. Usually it's like the perfect amount for us to eat and be satisfied for like at least most of the rest of the night.
Yeah, pushing it until you get some munchies.
Until you get some munchies, yeah, exactly. But that's not HelloFresh's fault.
No, sir.
Up next, I want to know, Oliver. I've been checking up on Will, and he seems to be doing really great. So Oliver, you know, even though he's my roommate, I can't necessarily gauge how you're doing all the time.
It's hard sometimes with Oliver. You have to really pry for the
So
emotions.
this is a place for us to kind of let everything go. And with that being said, how you been doing, my friend?
Dude, good. Work's been crazy busy. Which is crazy because I didn't think it would be as busy as I am, but this is the busy time for us. So like, just going on business trips. Like last week I was in North Carolina, and then yeah, just like overall, it's been good and everything.
So we've got some big news. I want to know how you feeling about you and Bailey moving in together alongside me.
Wait.
When?
What is this development?
Probably
when is it happening?
Probably when our lease ends.
September, baby.
She's not gonna go to France for another year now. Because she wants to get her teaching stuff done.
Fair enough.
So
why, when your lease ends, why not just now?
Because then Brendan and I would be paying double rent, and we can't sublet. And she was planning on moving out of her parents' house in the fall anyway.
Wait, what do you mean you'd be paying double
makes
rent?
You stronger.
Like if we got another place and this place, like yeah, she can move in here. She'd be further away from work.
That's what I meant. Her just moving in there because she'd be in the same room as you.
The logistics of her moving in would not allow her to reasonably go to work on time. Like
so what you guys are thinking about getting?
That's true.
Like,
that would be
together?
The situation you were in when you still lived at 308, but like the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. She lives 10 minutes from work right now. From here, it's like 45.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that.
Plus, we wouldn't really have a lot of like. She wouldn't.
So, are you guys saying when your lease ends, you're going to move somewhere closer?
We're gonna try to find something like equal distance.
Like halfway?
Three of us. We haven't really like looked crazy hard yet, but something like equal distance compared to where all of us.
So what? Like you're looking in like the other. Like,
I think as far as the logistics go, that doesn't matter. What I want to know is how are you feeling about it?
I'm excited about it. I think it'll be.
Are you ready to share your space?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Like,
this is the first time you're ever going to be living with somebody else that isn't family.
Or a dude.
I mean, it can't be worse than living with 7 other people, though. 7 other people and 2 parents.
I mean, we've been together for like 4 years. I mean, we both want to give her. Hey, calm down.
We're doing the counting it all as continuous thing then.
We're just like adding up all the time together now.
We both want to give it a shot. I think it's worth it to give it a shot. Like obviously, like I think like it's gonna be.
Of course, you should give it a shot. If you can't live together, that's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So and I don't know. We've been through worse. So I mean.
You've been through worse than living together?
Well, I don't look at that.
I hope so.
I don't look at that as a bad thing, though. So, I mean,
no, I think you'll be fine.
I think
it'll work out.
I think it'll be good.
But I don't know. You really value your alone time, don't you, Oliver?
I do. It just depends.
I feel like as a roommate, you value just time spent in your room with the door shut.
I mean, it's gonna take some time to get used to for sure, but I feel like it'll be fine. I mean, so
are you ready to be the one to have to like not compensate? What is the word where you're kind of like making trades off for another person?
Compare?
No.
As I know what you're talking about, it's
compromise.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. We're a retarded podcast. Okay.
I mean,
we do not like words.
I'm actually all right with that because there's some things I know that she's gonna want done a certain way, or things that I'm gonna want done a certain way. So
does she have any pets?
Yeah, she has a cat.
I thought so. Yeah.
So Brandon gets.
So Brandino's gonna have a house cat again.
Let's go. I'm gonna fall in love when you guys break up. I'm gonna cry my eyes out. Let's go. No, so like, are you ready for this sort of thing? Are you?
Yeah, I think
this is a big step, man. This is gonna be a make or break for your guys' relationship.
It really will.
With you.
Yeah, I mean,
if it works out, it's cementing something very big. If it doesn't work out, it's ending everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm excited for
you. Yeah,
it is about time.
Yeah, we've been dating long enough, and like I think Bailey and I will figure it out. And we're obviously yes, there'll be things we want to agree on about what we want to do or whatever, but we'll figure it out. So
I got a feeling I'm gonna be mediating a lot of things.
I don't think so, but okay.
I want you, Oliver. Here is my hopefulness for you. I'm excited for your growth during this period. I hope that you kind of get more in touch with your feelings and learn how to compromise better. Because in the past, that has not been an evident thing. I don't think. I think you've been very much on the defensive in the past. Do you agree? Like, do you agree or disagree?
I mean, depending on what it was, yeah.
You're being defensive right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, like, there's more times I probably was than others. So, I mean, that's not a non-factual statement.
Sometimes it's just a default response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to hopefully kind of get over that and learn a lot about yourself and like learn to grow with somebody else and do your thing. So it's going to be really cool seeing that transition.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. You guys should have one night a week where you have fammed in.
We do that every time she comes over. We all just kind of sit around the table.
Bailey and I always plan something. Brent's like, "Can I hop in on this?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're."
They always buy extra food to make for me.
Yeah,
of course. That'd be rude.
Yeah. So
cool. Hell yeah.
So when is the lease up? What is the time frame for this?
September.
All right.
September, October.
So next week, got it.
Something like that. September, October.
Yeah, for real.
I also had another thought, and this pertains to the producer of the show, Austin. How does it feel to be the richest person in our friend group?
I mean, you know, there's moving expenses and stuff. I'm not. It's not happening yet, but you know, I'm getting there.
Somebody had to be.
Hey, he's number one. I'm number 4 out of the friend group. Believe it or not, even after the raise that I received, I'm number 4.
Oh, I might be getting a raise from WVU as well coming up, so that's cool.
Should I put that down as a cut this? Or are you good?
No, I'm good. Yeah. No.
If you're pretty much in like a wifed and husbanded up situation, do you count joint income?
No,
that's what we try.
No, I say no. I think we try to do individuals, and based off of the individualness.
Even then, Austin and Danny together are blowing us all out of the water still.
Yes. Yes, thus far for sure. If we're doing couples, Travis, you and your girl, number 2 for sure.
Yeah.
She's my sugar mama. 100%.
Whoa, what if we include Michaela and Brandon? Then it's a sync. You're like number 8 because you have.
Do you have to subtract how much the kid takes from their income?
You're dependent on your taxes now, bro.
It's a straight sync.
Can we talk about that real quick?
I would just do individual, like overall.
Yeah, I think we should do individual.
Not the kid.
No, it's definitely you count them individually.
So a little bit of update about that.
Whoa.
I hung out with her last weekend.
Made you sign a prenup.
Yeah, we signed a prenup. You know,
a prenup or a prenup.
Brandon gets the kid.
I'm taking that child.
That's all he really wants anyway. Just to be a stepdad.
No, so she asked me. She's like, "Hey, I kind of want to know what you want from this. Know what's going on?
Clarity talk." CT.
She hit me with the CT.
Fucking lied.
I didn't. I told her exactly what's up. I was like, listen, it's well. Let me tell you what she prefaced this with. She said, I am worried that my kid is going to get too attached to you, and we end things, and you're just going to be out of his life. And I'm like, that's a fair enough point. I'm a cool dude.
All right. Self boost right there. Self boost. Right.
No,
you
no,
say
but like
Apple regained health.
He's told me that I'm his best friend. Like we've kind of like gone through
I
it.
don't know.
You know, I played Legos
already,
with this kid.
bro. How many times have you hung out with this kid?
Twice.
Every time he hangs out with the girl, he hangs out with the little dude.
Is he in school? Why are you his best friend?
Austin,
how old is he?
Have friends?
He's like 4. He's like 4, bro. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's super
all
young.
right. So, all right.
Damn,
I didn't know.
Was he in pre?
Old man.
Yeah, he's in pre. Like, he just learned the Star Spangled Banner. Like,
yeah, in pre you get off school at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I went over there during the weekends. So, he was in school. So she's like,
okay.
I don't want him getting too attached to you. And I just want to know what your thought process is on everything. And I was like, I'm going to be honest.
Interested to know what you said here.
I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't know how I feel about being the world's greatest stepdad. I said that verbatim.
Wow, cocky.
I don't know. There's a meme behind that. We all know this. You know this. You know this. You know this.
There's great dads out there, Brandon.
And you're keeping this kid from him.
Stop discounting them.
Hey, honey, world's greatest stepdad right up there, bro.
True. Actually, no one can take that title.
Nobody can take that. I don't know how I feel about being a stepdad yet. But what I do know is that I care about you and I enjoy being around you. So, I am going to, number one, protect myself, because with everything that has happened in the past, I'm still unsure about how things are going. You have been wonderful. You have been fantastic. You have been nothing but great, been supportive. I don't have any complaints thus far. However, I need to give it some time to make sure that you're not going to just do the 180 that you have done every single time in the past. With that in mind, if we get to that point, we get to that point. I just need to make sure that it's real and that you're not this crazy bitch. I didn't say that, but I led on to it. And not only was she understanding, she was like, that's fair enough. And I told her, I felt bad. I was like, I don't have a better answer for you. I don't have a definitive answer. I can't tell the future, but I'm just being careful and protecting myself first before I go out and say that, like, I'm ready to give you the world. And I think a good test.
Give her the world. You're giving her and the kid the world.
Yes. And I think this Monday is going to be a great test because Travis, one of the dudes that I care about the most, is going to kind of see her transition and see like what she's on about these days. And then I think
the shit test detector is going to be turned up to 10.
Yes.
To 11.
Yes.
And also depends too if everybody's females gets along with her.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah. I mean, like, important male and important female being met in this couple, right?
Yeah,
I feel like Bailey, she's on Bailey's good side, even though Bailey just like doesn't know her on that level. Jessica is the ultimate shit tester. The ultimate, dude.
Honestly, I don't even have to try that hard because I know that I got good backup.
Got you. She's like, Travis, don't worry about it.
Level 2 is going to be Austin. She's got a lot of ground to make up with this man.
Honestly, he put up with a lot from her for way more years. I mean, I only met her once.
No, but
even though she did something unforgivable the one time I met her.
Kind of person though, like there's no ground she needs to make up. As long as she's not a bitch anymore, she's not a bitch anymore. Like
but it's like a one strike you're out ordeal.
That's the thing though, is like I care about you more than a lot of people in my life. And you matter. Your opinion matters to me. So if she's a cunt to you, it's over.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. But I feel like as an adult, even if she hasn't changed, like let's say she's still high school Michaela, I feel like she's grown up enough to at least pretend. Like I don't mind pretending. You know, like I don't get along with everyone.
That's for sure, for sure.
I
But
mean,
like
that's fair, yeah.
I don't know. We're kind of the same dude. Like,
it's also we're trying to find why.
Yeah, like how hard? Like how do you not like me if you like you? Like I've never understood that.
Yeah. And then the final boss of this whole thing is gonna be the dad's side of my family.
Yeah.
No, there she actually has ground to make up because
there she actually has to show up.
They won't necessarily like move on and move up.
So here's kind of the backstory on that whole thing. She came down for a trip to New York City, and the first night that she was there, she refuted the idea about every time you fart, there's poop particles that come out of your asshole.
Okay.
So that was step number 1, right?
Are you guys really passionate about farting or something?
We're very passionate about poop particles.
It's a trip with family, so I'm sure there was a huge argument.
Yes.
Oh, God.
No, but that wasn't that serious. But like the way that she handled it was like she was very standoffish about that subject. It's stupid.
My fart knowledge, you cannot question it.
And then we went to New York, and my Gigi didn't fuck with her. Like, she just wanted to take me away from the family. She didn't want, I'm talking about the girl. She kind of took me away from the family. She was kind of cranky all day. And like, we spent money to have her come down to New York with us. And that left a very bad taste in their mouth. Not only that, my mom was chirping in their ears, rightfully so, about all of the dealings that I was handling, back then. So she's got a lot of ground to make up with my family, and if she's willing to go through that gauntlet, mad props, number 1. And if she gets out the other end, then like it's over, right?
Like your stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah, our gauntlet is not even that bad. Just don't be a bitch.
Yes. Yes. Have a good time.
Right, just pretend Just pretend to not be a bitch. Like no one cares.
I'm easy to fool, man.
Right.
Just don't erase my mirrors.
Actively
my
mood.
Exactly. Don't actively do something against me, and you could just fool the fuck out of me.
She had a great time with Blondie. Shout out 100th episode. And Blondie was going into this.
Imagine if she was there during the 100th, bro, instead of Jugs.
We wouldn't have had all that equipment.
Exactly.
But Blondie had a great time with her, from my understanding.
All right.
So, unless
that's a test passed.
That is a test.
Oh, yeah, brother.
That is a test.
I don't have any news on that front.
So, yeah, man. I think it's really interesting how things are going, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how I feel after a few months. I told her about the 3-month rule. It's the Church of Brandon, that specific tenet that I stole from the Church of Travis. And we're gonna.
Yeah, but is she kind of cheating that church? Because I mean, she's been around a lot longer than 3 months.
No.
Yeah, the Church of Travis also says never get back with an ex. So I don't know what church you're following at this point.
Hey, the Church of Brandon steals certain tenets. All right, we're stealing certain tenets.
You're like Mormonism. You're like Mormonism versus Catholicism.
Yeah.
Brandon gives people a second chance. Isn't that what Jesus would do?
I easily forgive.
It's not what Travis would do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we'll see. I think this will be an interesting development, and I gotta say it's been crazy to watch, and the fact that she hasn't said that I think that I'm like an Olympic athlete, and that I think I deserve a gold medal, and she's been doing nothing but saying that everybody loves me and I'm such a great time to be around, and it's such a difference. It's very interesting to see thus far. And I'm excited to see how everything goes. But until we find out for sure, I'm going to be on my guard. Let's be honest.
Can people turn over a new leaf? Find out next week on Real Sensitive Guys.
Yep. Austin's mic power just turned off, so I think it's a good time than ever to end the show, boys.
Yeah, it is about that time.
It is about that time.
It's about damn time.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and a comment. Thank you very much for enjoying the show. And it's been Brandon.
I'm Oliver.
I'm Travis.
I'm Will.
And I'm Austin. And you guys just listened to Real Sensitive Guy Hours, episode 103. Take it easy.
103, take it easy.